Yes, fish, get in the boat with me and my brand new Kistler Rods Magnesium 2. I had the opportunity this weekend to use this rod almost exclusively, and I liked it so much I wanted to do a product review on it. I wanted to share with you or anybody watching why you should consider Kistler Rods for your next rod investment. And that's what it is, isn't it? It's an investment. When you go and spend $200 on a rod, it's kind of an investment. You want to purchase something that's going to help you put more fish in your live well. And this winter, I was looking for a company that would help me do that. A company that made a rod that would help me, catch more fish, that would help me land more fish. A company that would stand behind their product with a great warranty, that also wouldn't, break my bank account. And I really honestly think I found that in the Magnesium 2 from Kistler Rods. There's a lot of great features on the rod that I'm going to share with you. A lot of great things that I like about the rod. I can't find anything I don't like. Now, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And that's a saying that I'm sure you've heard before. So there's some things on the rod you might not like. But honestly, for me, this rod is perfect for what I'm doing. The specific rod we're going to be looking at today is the Magnesium 2 6-foot 9-inch medium heavy fast. I bought this rod for finesse jigs and skipping under docks. I'm a little bit shorter guy. I'm 5 foot 6 inches, so I need a little bit shorter rod. It helps me skip a little bit better. I don't never try to do it with anything over a 7 foot 6'9". I feel like it's going to be perfect for me. The first thing you're going to notice when you pick this rod up for the first time is the wind grips. And if you don't know what a wind grip is, it's a rubberized grip that has I wouldn't say it's a tacky feeling, but it will help you in wet water situations. If it's raining, if your hands got fish slime on them or whatever it is, it'll help you grip the rod a little bit better. I've used rods in the past and my hands would actually slip if they were wet and I set the hook good and hard. The wind grips are phenomenal. The attention to detail on the rod is phenomenal. They give you all the information you need on the actual rod blank. They tell you on the rod blank, what's the rod weight rated for. It gives you recommendations. This specific rod is rated for 14 to 17 pound line. Honestly, I think you can go down to 12 on it and be fine. I was actually using 16 pound Sunline Sniper with this rod, and I felt like that was a perfect match. I felt like it wasn't underpowered or overpowered. I felt like it was just perfect. Some technical details on the rod and what they're actually building it with or around. They're actually using what they're calling the Next Gen 2 Superior Modulus Graphite Blank. This blank is actually made by Gary Loomis at North Fork Composites. And don't confuse that with G Loomis. That is a totally separate rod company. They use quality components for the rod. I talked about the wind grip and how that's going to help in wet situations. They also use a Fuji reel seat, and the back of the reel seat is exposed so you can always have your finger on the blank, and that helps increase sensitivity. If you're using fluorocarbon or braid, you're going to be able to feel everything. You're going to be able to feel the smallest bites. You're going to be able to feel all the things that you might not be able to spend on lesser quality or might not be able to feel on lesser quality rods. I love the guides. They are not micro guides, but they're not the big giant guides either. They're what they call macro guides, and they're somewhere in the middle. I found that I can cast further with this rod than some of the other rods with bigger guides. I think I've mentioned that before with another rod, that with micro guides I can cast further. It just seems like the line stays closer to the bank and travels further and faster. Same thing here. I'm a big fan of the guides on this rod. They use what I think they're called Keigen Zero Tangle stainless steel guides. Basically, there's a whole that's mumbo jumbo for your line won't get wrapped around the tip of your rod as often. I have not tested that. I can't confirm that or not, but I can tell you that's what they're at least marketing it as, and the guides are Keigen Zero Tangle stainless steel guides, which is good. And real quick, some more technical information on the rod. There's 8 line guides, plus there's a tip, so 9 overall. The rod is super light, a little over 4 ounces, almost 4.5 ounces. Very light. I paired it up with a Shimano Corrado K. It just felt perfect in my hand. It felt like it was balanced great. Nothing but great things about the ergonomics of the rod. Now, on every Magnesium 2, it's something a little bit different that I haven't seen with any other rod. They have this big foam butt grip handle on the very end of the rod. I didn't think I was going to like that at first. It's kind of big. I mean, it'll barely fit in my rod holders in my rod locker on my boat, but it'll go in there, but again, just barely. But after using it, you know, just for a short amount of time, I found that I liked it. I was able to actually get better grip when I was casting. I felt like I was more in control of the rod with that big butt end at the bottom of the rod. So I wasn't real sure about that at first, but now I'm pretty sold on it. I like it. And again, that's a feature for all of the Magnesium 2 rods. And I think anyone who uses the rod for just a few minutes and make a few casts with it, you'll learn to like it as well. So no complaints over the butt end of the rod. I'm a big fan of it now after using it for a little while. Again, because I feel like I got a little bit more control. So that's all the technical mumbo jumbo about the rod. And don't get me wrong, that stuff's very important. But what's even more important is how this rod is going to put more fish in your boat. And this clip here that you're looking at is going to show you that. It's going to show you how it's going to give you power when you need it, and it's going to give you finesse when you need it. And so what I'm doing here, I'm pitching and casting into some heavy cover. There's lots of wood where that tree, you see that tree right there, and I just set the hook into a 3.5 pounder that was buried inside of that stuff. The fish comes up twice, tries to shake the hook, and he's unsuccessful. We can go back and look at the replay here, and you'll see this fish comes up right there, tries to shake the hook. The rod tip gives. It does not pull back. It goes with the fish. And then I'm able to boat flip the fish into the boat. Now, in that one clip, you're able to see a lot of different things. You're able to see the power of the rod. You're able to see the tip of the rod work with the fish when it comes up out of the water. You want to know why you're losing so many fish at the boat? It's because you're probably using the wrong kind of rod. The Magnesium 2 gives you everything you need to help you land more fish. Quick replay. You just saw the hook set right here, and let's freeze frame it. You can see the backbone of the rod. You can see the tip of the rod getting down to about, I would say probably 35% or so of the rod blank is tip. And then once it hits that backbone, it's game over. The hook is set right there. And you saw I had to get the pliers out to get the hook out of the fish. That right there is a great example of how the Magnesium 2 rod is going to help you. It's the tip when you need the tip, and it's the backbone when you need the backbone. And again, the boat flip, you can also see right here, we'll freeze frame this for you. Right there. You can see that. That's a little bit better of an angle. Let's see it again. Right there. You can see the angle there is a little bit better than the first freeze frame. You can clearly see where the backbone of that rod starts. So after using this rod exclusively this past weekend in a tournament situation, I gotta say I'm sold on it. I love it. I love the company. I love the rod. I love how this rod is going to help me put more fish in the boat. And I hope I've shown you that in this video. I hope I've shown you the biggest features of the rod and how it can help you. I haven't even talked about some of the other small little things like the hook keeper. I'm in love with the hook keeper on this rod. The hook keeper is phenomenal. So yeah, it's a quality built rod. It's $200. It's, you know, for the actual model that I'm reviewing here. And again, it's worth its weight in gold to me. I you know, you pay for what you get in bass fishing a lot of times. So I would highly suggest you research Kistler rods. Don't just take my word for it. You can, you know, look at other videos, read other reviews, and you'll see the Magnesium 2 is one of the better quality rods you can buy for bass fishing. So hopefully this review can help someone. If you're in the market for a new rod, I'd highly suggest you check out the Magnesium 2 from Kistler Rods. I'm confident that it'll help you put more fish in your boat. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the water real soon.